CBS 4's Jim Defede, host of Facing South Florida, joining us again today on what's been another day of big developments in the recount process.
Jim, we heard from Senator Bill Nelson. We also heard from Brenda Snipes. What are your thoughts?
So Brenda Snipes is saying that she thinks her time is done and that she'll talk to her family and that she may step down. Let's be clear about a couple of things. I'm fairly confident to say that if she doesn't step down after this recount is over, she will very likely be replaced and removed from office. That's what's driving this. She doesn't want to have that happen. I don't envision any way in which she remains in office until the end of her term in 2020. I think it's fairly clear. I've been speaking to legislators. There may even be a special session called to remove her from office between now and when they would normally come in January. They're that intent, the legislature, in getting her out. I'm not even sure Democrats would rally to her aid at this point because of the way she's handled this election.
Okay, so let's pivot now to the press conference Senator Bill Nelson had. He had Chuck Schumer at his side today in Washington. What did you make of that?
So, let's play the sound first, and then I'll come on the back end because I have a few thoughts about this. So let's play the Nelson sound from the press conference.
Sadly, it's become clear that my opponent isn't interested in making sure that every lawful vote is counted. Instead, he's been using his power as governor to try to undermine the voting process.
So first off, let's be clear about something. Bill Nelson is right. The governor has been using his position to try to thwart the system, making allegations that have not stood up. It bears worth repeating yet again that both the Florida Department of Law Enforcement and the Secretary of State, both of whom answer to Governor Rick Scott, who have advisors and watchers, observers in the elections office, have found no allegations of fraud to be credible. There is no fraud. Incompetence, quite possibly. Fraud, no. But the thing that struck me about that press conference with Bill Nelson was it took place in Washington. And it's the first time we've actually heard from Bill Nelson in a week, except for a YouTube video he posted. Why is Bill Nelson not in Florida fighting and caring about the race that he supposedly wants to win? It just reinforces the notion that Bill Nelson has become such a creature of Washington that while events are taking place here, he's up there standing next to Chuck Schumer. I don't understand it. The Senate's not in session. There's no reason. This is what frustrates many Democrats with Bill Nelson and why ultimately he may end up losing this race because he couldn't galvanize them behind him.
Bad optics, but the message he has is count every vote.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you, Jim.
So, to summarize what we can expect in the coming days, let's take a look at the timeline we have laid out for you.
The recount results for all counties except Palm Beach, for now, are due Thursday at 3 p.m. The law says if counties aren't finished with the recounts by then, their original results will stand. Of course, there could be lawsuits about that as well. If the deadlines do stand, results for races that need hand recounts are due on Sunday, November 18th. Right now, the Senate and Agriculture Commissioner races are close enough that they will need manual recounts.
And we know there's a lot of information coming in on the story, and we'll update you on air and online. Just head to cbsmiami.com/election recount for information as we get it.